The governor of the state of Ohio is the head of the executive branch of the government of Ohio and the commander-in-chief of the U.S. state's military forces. The officeholder has a duty to enforce state laws, the power to either approve or veto bills passed by the Ohio General Assembly, the power to convene the legislature, and the power to grant pardons, except in cases of treason and impeachment. There have been 63 governors of Ohio, serving 69 distinct terms. The longest term was held by Jim Rhodes, who was elected 4 times and served just under 16 years in 2 non-consecutive periods of 2 terms each. The shortest terms were held by John William Brown and Nancy Hollister, who each served for only 11 days after the governors preceding them resigned in order to begin the terms to which they had been elected in the United States Senate. The shortest-serving elected governor was John M. Patterson, who died in office 5 months into his term. The current governor is Republican Mike DeWine, who took office on January 14, 2019. To become governor of Ohio, a candidate must be a qualified elector in the state. This means that any candidate for governor must be at least 18 years old at the time of election, a resident of Ohio for at least 30 days before the election, and a U.S. citizen. Convicted felons and those deemed by the courts as incompetent to vote are not eligible. There is a term limit of 2 consecutive terms as governor. The governor is the commander-in-chief of the state's military forces. The governor has a duty to enforce state laws, the power to either approve or veto bills passed by the Ohio State Legislature, the power to convene the legislature, and the power to grant pardons, except in cases of treason and impeachment. Other duties and privileges of the office include: should the office of governor become vacant due to death, resignation, or conviction of impeachment, the lieutenant governor assumes the title of governor. Should the office of lieutenant governor also become vacant, the president of the Senate becomes the acting governor. If the vacancy of both officers took place during the first 20 months of the term, a special election is to be held on the next even-numbered year to elect new officers to serve out the current term. Prior to 1851, the Speaker of the Senate acted as governor for the term. Since 1978, the governor and lieutenant governor have been elected on the same ticket. Prior to then, they could be members of different parties. Initially, after the American Revolution, parts of the area now known as Ohio were claimed by New York, Virginia, and Connecticut. However, New York ceded its claim in 1782, Virginia in 1784, and Connecticut in 1786, though it maintained its western reserve in the area until 1800. On July 13, 1787, the Northwest Territory was formed. As territories were split from it, one of them eventually came to represent the area of present-day Ohio. Throughout its 15-year history, Northwest Territory had only one governor, Arthur St. Clair. He was removed from office by President Thomas Jefferson on November 22, 1802, and no successor was named. Charles Willing Byrd, as Secretary of the Territory, acted as governor until statehood. Ohio was admitted to the Union on March 1, 1803. Since then, it has had 70 governors, 6 of whom served non-consecutive terms. The first Constitution of 1803 allowed governors to serve for 2 3-year terms, limited to 6 of any 8 years, commencing on the first Monday in the December following an election. The current Constitution of 1851 removed the term limit and shifted the start of the term to the second Monday in January following an election. In 1908, Ohio switched from holding elections in odd-numbered years to even-numbered years, with the preceding governor serving an extra year. A 1957 amendment lengthened the term to 4 years and allowed governors to only succeed themselves once, having to wait 4 years after their second term in a row before being allowed to run again. An Ohio Supreme Court ruling in 1973 clarified this to mean governors could theoretically serve unlimited terms, as long as they waited 4 years after every second term. This is a table of other governorships, congressional and other federal officers, and ranking diplomatic positions in foreign countries held by Ohio governors. All representatives and senators mentioned represented Ohio. As of January 2019, there are 5 living former governors of Ohio, the oldest being Dick Celeste. The most recent death of a former governor of Ohio was that of George Voinovich on June 12, 2016, aged 79. Voinovich is also the most recently serving governor of Ohio to die.